Alright, game of the year, Safford at Thatcher for the inaugural Open Loop Territorial Trophy. There's a lot of highlights, so let's get it on. Right off the bat, the first play from scrimmage, and Tyler Roebuck goes deep to Jordan Herbert, who could go. Oh, whoop, the ball came out. Third play of the game now, and Quentin Turley takes the handoff and goes around the right side, and they're not gonna catch him until he's in the end zone, and Thatcher strikes first, 6-0. Safford looks to answer on its first possession, and Mason Durrows hit Cameron Abril on a 30-yard toss, but the drive would stall in the red zone. Manuel Aparicio took it in from 1 yard out in the Bulldogs' next possession, tying the game at 6 apiece after Abril's extra point attempt appeared to have been partially blocked and fell no good. On Thatcher's next possession, Roebuck couldn't handle the low snap on a punt attempt and was smothered by Bulldogs, who ended up with the ball already in the red zone. Safford capitalized on a 14-yard touchdown pass from Aparicio to Abril, but it's a fumble! The ref said he crossed the goal line before he dropped the ball, however, so the touchdown stood. Aparicio then ran in a 2-point conversion, and Safford was up 14-6. Joe Paul Arbizo was a beast on kickoffs, laying off Eagle ball carriers time after time. On a big 3rd down and 4, Turley took the handoff, and all 5'7" and $160 of him squeezed through a seam, and off he goes 58 yards down the sideline as Abril just can't catch him, and Turley is in with his second big TD. Thatcher couldn't convert the 2-point try, however, and was down 14-12. Abril then took a pass from Aparicio, but as he was fighting for yardage, he took a helmet on the ball, and whoop! Thatcher recovered the fumble. Thatcher capitalized on the turnover as Roebuck hit Herbert in the back of the end zone to go up 20-14. On the ensuing kickoff, however, Aparicio picks it up and laterals back to Abril, who could go all the way, just one man to beat, and whoop, he's in on an 80-yard kickoff return, and the teams head into the locker room for halftime, knotted up at 20 points each. On the second play from scrimmage after the half, Aparicio found Abril on a short screen, and Abril does the rest, taking the pass upfield, and nobody's going to catch him all the way on an 80-yard touchdown. Safford up 27-20. On 3rd and 5, Safford's Josh Romero appeared to have Turley wrapped up short of the first down, but the ref said Romero had his right hand pulling down on the back of the shoulder pads, and the horse collar gave Thatcher a fresh set of downs. The Eagles took advantage of the penalty, and Riley Morris went untouched 40 yards up the gut for the score. The PAT was blocked by Arbizo, however, there he is again, and Safford still led 27-26. After Aparicio scrambled his way all the way down to the 6-yard line, he finished off the drive with a TD around the left side and a huge hole cleared by big Ralph Frias to put Safford up 34-26. Thatcher started to drive the ball, but then, whoop, it's a fumble, but the Eagles recover. They weren't so lucky 2 plays later, however, as Roebuck tries to take the ball out, and whoop, it goes up in the air and was recovered by Bulldog Taylor Ornelas. Aparicio then found Abril through double coverage and double pass interference for a 38-yard hookup to set the Bulldogs up in the red zone. Safford went into the 4th quarter up 8 and driving with the ball. Aparicio then scored his 3rd running touchdown on the night with a 15-yard scamper to put Safford up 15 with less than 1 quarter to play. After some good hard running by Riley Morris, tragedy appeared to fall for Thatcher as Morris had the ball stripped out of his hands by Ornelas. But the refs and Morris was down before the ball came out, and Thatcher retained possession. Morris then pounded it in from 6 yards out, and Thatcher was down only 1 score. On 3rd and 4, with time winding down, Aparicio finds Romero on a 73-yard bomb to put the game away, and the fans go crazy. But after a lengthy discussion, the refs call pass interference on offense and defense, and an additional unsportsmanlike call on the Bulldogs to back them up into their own end zone. The game literally changed on this play, which our camera couldn't see any penalty. Hey refs, how about letting them play and let the players decide the outcome of the game and not your yellow hankies, huh? It was no wonder the refs ran off the field as soon as the game was over. After the punt, Thatcher ended up in excellent field possession and started its final drive on the Bulldogs' own 30-yard line. After the Eagles rammed the ball down the Bulldogs' throat with Morris, Turley took a pitch from Robach, made a Bulldog miss, and scampered into the end zone. With the kicking game off and pride on the line, Hinton went for 2 in the win, and after it appeared Turley was stopped in the backfield, the diminutive running back kept chugging and dove into the end zone to give Thatcher the lead, 42-41. The Bulldogs had the ball last, however, and after a weak holding call against Javon Montoya extended Safford's drive. Again, refs, come on. Safford got a big run from Keaton John to put them in Eagle territory. Aparicio then had a big 38-yard pass to Abril on 3rd and 15 that brought the Bulldogs to the Eagles' 15-yard line. Safford set the ball up on the 11 for a game-winning field goal attempt as time expired, but the kick just missed to the left and Thatcher prevailed 42-41.
We just our line, they really stepped it up and opened holes. It's easy to run behind a good line, and we have a good line, and I'm just really grateful for them. They work hard and they push every day with their good line. Nothing else. Anyone's able to run behind a good line. It's easy. They're a tough team. They gave us a run. They're gonna have a good season and go far. They're special. They got some good backs, good receivers, and they'll keep working. They're a good team. That's how they come out. They're good.
So what are you gonna say about this game?
Just a tough fought game. I mean, it doesn't matter who's better, who's not in these rivalry games. It just who's got the ball last. It almost feels like. So, our boys played hard. It wasn't pretty, but they did just enough to win, just barely. Hats off to Safford. They're a great team. They're definitely going to make waves in the 3A, and we are very lucky to squeak by with that win.
Reporting from Thatcher for Gila Valley Central, I'm John Johnson.